Yo,
What's up,
yo.
man?
What's up, man? What's going on?
How you doing?
Good. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Perfect.
How's your day going?
Good, man. We're just in the store right now working. Got everyone shipping and sorting and stuff.
So I only know the brand FilthBombBreaks, but who am I speaking with?
I'm Steven.
Steven, cool.
Yeah, I'm the owner. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too. So for those who don't know, fill us in. What's a filth bomb?
It's just a word we invented. It's like this Otani right here is a filth bomb. It's just something that's like a big card. If you hit a big card, it's just a filth bomb. I don't
God,
know.
I
It
like
just came. It came organically, and we just stuck with it.
I love that about the hobby, that there's so much like lingo and fun like catchphrases and terms that people develop. It's awesome.
Yeah, man, for sure.
So where are you guys based?
We're in Glen Cove, New York, so Long Island, New York.
Nice. And how's it been going the last couple of months? I know it's been obviously a weird year for everyone. The card market's been up and down and pretty crazy. How's it been going?
It's good. I mean, it's business as usual. Definitely the world's getting back to normal, so to speak. So you notice that the market's shrinking a little bit, but it's still very strong. Our walk-in traffic's pretty good. Our online business is doing great. So it's just we're waiting to see how everything, how the dust settles.
And I saw that you guys like produce content as well. There was a bunch of videos about like grading prices and which rookies to look for. Tell me a little about that. Like, how's the original content side of things?
It's something we got away from, but we have to get back to. We were doing that, and then just things got real crazy in the hobby, and it takes time, obviously, to put the content together. But between the store and the online side, it was hard to maintain both. But now that things are slowing a bit, we're going to get back to it.
Cool.
But yeah, it's fun though. We enjoy doing it because we're passionate about it, of course. So.
Do you have anything in the pipeline you could talk about? Any plans? Anything that you want to produce?
We can't talk about it technically yet, but yeah, we do have something
Cool.
in the pipeline.
And I noticed you also, well, it's very cool. You have like accompanying articles usually on your website's blog that go with. Are those always like married to one another, or do you sometimes post blogs without a video?
We try to marry them together, but sometimes, like, I wrote a blog, the newest blog, I forget what it was on now, but it had nothing to do with any of our videos. So sometimes we'll drop like what you should invest in, what you should be looking to buy and stuff like that, just to help the new collector, which It seems like there's a lot daily getting in.
I find even myself, I'm relatively new. I'm only a couple months into the game, but I find one of the coolest things about the hobby in general is how helpful everyone is. And everyone just like, it's one of those high tides raises all boats things. Like, everyone just wants everyone to enjoy this thing and do well in it.
Yeah, for the most part, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's been a really cool thing. Tell me about the team over at FilthBombBreaks. Like, you have a shop there?
Yeah, we have a shop. We have 8 people that work here currently, not including myself. And it's just all hands on deck. We do the breaks in-house. We have someone that works at the front for the storefront side. And then we ship, we sort, we box, and we do everything, marketing from out of here. It's not even a big place either. It's probably not COVID safe as far as everyone's too close together, but we definitely make it work.
I won't snitch. So speaking of breaks, what would you say like differentiates you from a typical breaker?
A lot definitely differentiates us from a typical breaker. I'd say the most important thing is our equipment. Everything's top notch. We can't say what it is because then people just are going to get it. But we use top of the line cameras, top of the line soundboards, top of the line, everything, top of the line streaming programs. So it's not just sitting at your kitchen table opening up cards with us. We have a whole little facility dedicated to that. So if you want to hop on live at midnight, you could watch high definition breaks, and actually get an experience.
Do you ever have to run into the office to rip some boxes?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes.
What elements do you think are necessary for a good break? What goes into a good break?
You definitely need the knowledge on the product, because I see a lot of times, people send me videos, hey, check this out. and it's like basically somebody just opening up cards, and they don't know what's coming out of the packs, and they're passing a good card. It's kind of like when I first got into soccer, I knew nothing about it, and I felt like 90% of the breakers out there with every sport, because I'd be like, here's Messi, you know, and then it's like, no, that guy's good. You probably want to top load him. So there's people doing that with football, though. Like, you can't be, you know, if you're an American breaker, you can't be doing that with football or basketball or calling people Zion instead of Zion. Like, it's bad out there.
Yeah.
So you definitely need the product knowledge. You need to know what's going to come out of a pack, not just players, but you need to know parallels, variations, how rare something is, when to get excited. A lot of people just get excited over everything, and you shouldn't, because you got to kind of build up to it. I was guilty of it when I first started. But
yeah, I mean, same. Like I said, I'm relatively new. Luckily, we have someone with us that is an expert and knows the product, knows the cards. And I'm just so eager to start ripping packs. But like you said, you really got to know the product. So I'm like still in school, it feels like.
Yeah, it's tough. There's like a lot of people out there that'll hype up like a $3 card. Like, and we used to see the difference is, like, if you're a collector and you're hyping up a $3 card, it's different, right? Because like I genuinely used to, when I first started ripping maybe 3 years ago, I would get excited if I pulled like a $10 Lou Brock auto, because to me that was cool.
Yeah.
You know, but now you got people like screaming over like a base select Burrow rookie, you know, and it's like, that's totally different, because those are like 1 in a million, you know, they all pop out. And so it's like, you got to kind of decipher between like the hustle and the true passionate collector / breaker.
Yeah, because if you're a sports fan, like, I can't help it. If I see Dennis Rodman, I'm gonna pop a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating that, like, oh no, like, which cards, which rookies, which young players are like really the sought after ones. It's fascinating.
For sure.
Personally speaking, what's your favorite thing about breaking a box?
I just like the fact that you never know what's going to come out at the end of the day. Like, you could open 1,000,000 of the same box, and then that 1,000,001 box has something that you never expected you were going to see, you know? And I think that's the fun part. There's very few things now, though, after opening up so much wax, that really gets you excited, though. So it's really hard now, you know? But once in a while, something will pop out and you're like, whoa, that shouldn't have been in that box. That's crazy, that card, you know?
Before you got into breaking itself, were you a card collector? Were you a card guy your whole life?
Yeah, for sure. I collected my whole life. I was more vintage, though, and then started getting into the modern, and then I discovered breaks maybe 2018, and I was like, this is pretty cool. I could probably do this just as good, if not better. So then I just started doing it and started grinding, and every day I quit my job, and I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I love it. It's fun. Yeah. I could be successful doing this, and we grew this, thank God.
Yeah. How did you originally get into cards? What was it about cards that drew you there?
It was just, I used to buy cards at my local deli, you know, and just like any kid. So I'd be like 7 years old, open up $2 packs that had nothing in them. It was all garbage, mass produced, but I just liked it. You put them in your binder. I had like 800 Griffies at the time. I'd be trading all my friends. All the corners were bent from putting them in the binders, messed up. But I always knew that's what I wanted to do. You just sit there and you'd be looking at Beckett, you know, and it'd be like, oh my God, you know, when you're 12, that card's $8, you know, and no one's ever going to give you $8 for it, but you think you have money now.
Yeah.
You know, and then it just grew to, you know, the passion grew, and you get smarter and you learn more, and you just realize you could turn it into an actual business.
For sure. When you said you would get cards at the deli, for some reason I thought right away of like, there's cards of guys who work at the deli, because I want to collect all of those.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it was even tougher, because you'd be, you know, you'd have your birthday money, you'd have like $10, and you go to the deli, you know, and they were just, you're like, oh God, like, you know, I want to get the whole box, and you can only get 4 packs, and then who knows the next time you're gonna get another pack. You know, and you get some skunky packs and you want to cry.
And you probably want to eat something while you're there too.
Oh yeah, for sure. That $10, man, that was a month's worth.
So tell me a little bit about your personal collection. How big are we talking? What's the prized possession?
My personal collection consists mostly of Jackie Robinson. Because I'm a huge Jackie guy. I tried to get one card. So I tried to get his main cards from every one of his playing years. So like I have both his 48 and 49 rookies. I have his 50 Bowman. I tried to get everything in PSA 7 or higher, but then the hobby blew up, and I was like, nah, it's not possible anymore. But at a time, like I was able to get his 49 Bowman rookie for like $2,600 3 years ago, and now that same card is like $60,000. So I stopped. You know, I missed out on the 52 tops and the 50 Bowman, so I had to get those in less condition because the hobby got way too crazy. Yeah. But it's usually I have mostly him, Trout rookies, and Shohei Ohtani because I'm a believer.
Is baseball your number one?
Yeah, I'm guilty of, you know, falling off the wagon a little and going into basketball when all the hype was there and football. But baseball, I always come back to it. That's like the true, you know.
That's card collecting at its core, really.
Yeah. Like basketball was never as big as it was this past year, but obviously everyone was hyped up, and I was like, oh yeah, let me open up Prism.
Because I find the NBA does a really good job at marketing its stars, and there's certain guys that just have star power to them, and that kind of translates into card value, obviously.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time here. It's Mike Trout's the best player on the planet Earth, and you ask the average person on the street, hey, you know Mike Trout? And they'll be like, who? Yeah. You know? But if you say, hey, you know LeBron James? Not one person is going to say no.
Yeah.
So it's strange. Like you have your best athlete, you know, in possibly the biggest sport in America. And I'd say probably at least 30% of the people that you ask won't know who Mike Trout is, which is crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. You know, it's funny you mentioned Jackie Robinson. Growing up, I played sports, and I always wore number 42. And I always told people that it was for Jackie Robinson, but in the back of my mind, it was always for Scott Howard, the Teen Wolf.
That's sick. That's sick.
Did you play baseball growing up?
Yeah, I was decent. Definitely wasn't getting any D1 scholarships though, but
yeah, you know, you get into cards.
I was 24, bro, for Griffey. That was me.
Nice.
Center field, 24.
Nice. So is there anything that you want to promote? Anything you got coming up that people should know about?
Just our website, FilthBombBreaks.com. We're live 7 days a week. What time is it now? So usually from like noon Eastern to midnight Eastern, we're live. Sometimes later. We do our breaks on YouTube and Facebook on the website. So you can just FilthBombBreaks.com, check out right there for a break. And we send texts and emails when they're full. And our Instagram's more, you hop in the live, you go on the website, you buy a box you want us to rip, and boom. It's kind of like instantaneous as opposed to we fill in advance for Facebook and YouTube.
Right. Cool. Well, I really appreciate you coming on, having this chat. This was great to connect, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. Thanks for having me.
I would love to do one of these days. I want to start doing, you've seen like the versus battles?
Yeah.
Let's start doing some break battles.
Yeah, man. We were talking about doing something like that too with
cool.
a Street Fighter template.
Love it. Let's get it going.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. Take care.
You too, man.
Bye.